All right, it is day 23 of 41 and 41, and today we're looking at Dawn of the Beasts. And yeah, so it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. What's the basic story of this one? So basically, we start in the at one point in time where there's a guy, and the guy happens to be the main guy, Gus, from the retreat, and he's out there with his girl. She finds his pendant, and then she gets dragged into the forest later on, and he goes after her. Then it cuts to present day, and there are a bunch of people that are out trying to find Bigfoot, right? And so they go into the forest. They, have their professors with them, and eventually they run not just into Bigfoot, but they run into the Wendigo. And the big thing is a culmination, is a big fight between the Wendigos and the Bigfoot. And it centers around this whole thing called Dead Month and the pendant that was on the girl in the beginning of the movie. It's it has its moments. It's got good gore. It's got great creatures. The creature makeup is really great. But it's just kind of anticlimactic. Like, the ending is very anticlimactic, and the ending goes on for way too long. Like, where it should cut, it doesn't cut, and it just keeps going. I'm like, wow, we got to this point. All right, we get to Bigfoot versus the Wendigos. It's gonna be badass, and it's like, okay, and then it keeps going after that point. I'm like, why do you keep going? Why don't you just stop there? Why not just end the movie at that point? Like, okay, what happens, and just be done with it. I don't know. I had higher hopes for this one, and it just was not, that good. It just has poor characters. It does have, kind of a little bit of a shock at who the final person is. And, like I said, it just has these really weird things to it. And it seems like it's building up to this giant fight, and it's just a letdown. Like, you know that it's going to happen because you keep seeing Bigfoot randomly pop up in different places, and you see the Wendigos all over the place, and that's what, they're really building towards, and that is just kind of disappointing. It's just not, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just there. That whole sequence is just there, and that's really kind of poor. Like, if this is what we're expecting. Now, if I remember correctly from the good guys at Beyond the Void Horror podcast, this is kind of like a trilogy from the director, kind of like the end to it. He did a movie with Bigfoots, he did a movie with Wendigos, and then he brought them together. And they're not really connected, just, I think, between the creatures. They might be a little more than maybe what because I didn't see the other two movies. So it's just, I don't know. I was expecting definitely a lot more out of this movie. And the thing is that it's got some great shots. It has a great shot of one of the characters when they're killed. It looks great. It's got some great gore effects. And then it has some really terrible CGI effects that just ruin the movie, especially one right at the end. It's so bad. Especially when you got pretty good creature makeup and they're practical creatures and they look great. And you could have done practical kills as well. It's not to say all of them are, in a CGI way, but I just didn't like the last bit. It just sucks when the third act is terrible after everything kind of being mediocre. And then I think I would have liked it more if the third act was actually, like, exciting. And that's the problem, is it's just not exciting. So, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow's movie will be a little bit better than this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you on another one of these 31 and 31s. This one gets 2 out of 5 trunks through the face. So, see you guys later.